everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you these, what I've called Dinky table favours. As you can see, they're only tiny little boxes. I managed to fit three of the large chocolate coins inside, and I've just done a variety of them just to show you how different cards and different effects look different. Obviously I've done this really cute one for the Christmas, and as you can see, if you've got some really fancy beautiful DSP, you don't need to do any stamping to it. It's just a very simple box. I've done soft, no I haven't done soft, I've done sweet sugar plum and wisteria wonder, and I've used blooming love on this one with just little hearts and flowers, and obviously the I think it's striped gross grain, bear with me a second, yes, striped gross grain ribbon, the sweet sugar plum just on that one, and I've just tied a little knot on the top. And on the wisteria wonder I've just used some white baker's twine and the background bits, the little script thing on that one. I just thought that one was quite cute. And this one again is just some crumb cake cardstock with some pearls on and very vanilla baker's twine on that one. Again, this one is just a plain one, nothing exciting about that one, but I just think that if you're doing a sort of a natural, maybe lace type wedding, this would be ideal to fit in with your table decorations. And obviously, as I said, with the Christmas one, these are nice just to put on the Christmas table. Excuse me. You could even add a couple of little chocolate after dinner chocolates or something in there. You wouldn't fit an after 8 mint in, but I think the small ones, maybe the Elizabeth Shaw, that are a similar size to these, they would fit in quite nicely. So I'm going to show you how to make them, and I'm going to use the foil frenzy this time because I think that this again is very similar to this one. It's a lovely patterned shiny bright DSP, and it's quite thick, so it's best of both worlds really. So you start off with your DSP that measures 7 inches by 5 inches, and then with your 7 inches across the top you simply need to score at 2 inches, 3 1/4 inches, 5 1/4 inches and 6 1/2. Then you need to rotate and score at 1 inch and 3 3/4 inches. And then, as you know, with all of our 3D projects, we then fold and burnish, and I got it right this time, fold and burnish all of our score lines. You may find on the foil frenzy that you either need to press slightly harder when you're scoring, or obviously just be very mindful when you're burnishing, because with the card being the DSP being so thick, your lines might not necessarily come through. Okay, so once we've done all of that, we need to cut some away. So with your skinny edge along the right hand side, we're simply going to cut away the top and bottom skinny bit, obviously having a slight wedge in there so that we've got this kind of effect. And then we need to cut these bottom panels, so just cut straight up to that horizontal line, and then so there are our bottom flaps done there. And then for the top, we need to cut it all away except for this one last piece here. So if you've got some nice big scissors, they are ideal, and then you're not sort of snipping and getting an uneven edge. You could also use your trimmer if you felt you wanted to use that. And so we're now left with this shape here. And what you need to bring in is your scalloped tag topper. And you just sort of fold this in half, and then with your bit uppermost, turn it over, and you'll have to feed it between these shoulders here because obviously it's too wide. So you sort of have to fold and bend, flip it over, and I forgot to put my phone on silent, and then you've just got to line it up really. So you can see at the edges here it's not quite all the way to the sides, butt it up to this edge, but you'll have a gap here, and you just need to sort of eyeball it and make sure A, that it's level, and B, that it's equal, and then just pull it out. It won't have damaged any of the box or the Favour, and then you're left with that. And so what you need to do then is pop some fuse on your tab at the side there and fold it up. Oh look, it's matched perfectly. Couldn't have done that again if I tried. And then these bits you sort of push in so that you can squeeze it together, and obviously that's when your flap goes over. To do the bottom, you do the front one last. So we're going to tuck the sides in, and then I'm going to put some fuse on here. And again, just make sure that you're keeping your box straight when you put that one on. And then we do the same again with the last piece. Again, making sure your box is still square. And then you can just get your fingers in there and give it a little press just to make sure that that adhesive is secured. So I'm going to put my 3 coins in. You probably could put a few more in actually. I mean, that's with 3 in. So yeah, you probably could get a few more, but you've got to give enough room for this bit to be closed. And you just really need to push those sides in just to make them go that way. And there it is. So obviously now we need to wrap something round here to keep it in place. So you can either go with twine, or you could go with ribbon or linen thread, anything you liked. Now I think this ribbon may be too thick, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think I'm going to just try, and let's see how this goes. So this is just the lemon lime twist finely woven ribbon. I've not used it for a while. I don't know if you find that something that you don't use for a while, you tend to forget what it's called. I'm terrible. So just make sure that you hold it and keep it tight while you tie your bow. And I'm doing mine the wrong way round because I always do them upside down. So just my 2 rabbit's ears, and then just tuck him or her under there, and then let's just get those ribbons pulled. Yeah, that was my only fear, is that because this ribbon is so thick, it makes the knot in the centre of the bow quite thick too. But actually no, I quite like that. So I'm just going to trim off a little bit. This one doesn't want to be trimmed, it says no. And I actually was going to go with teeny tiny sentiments and just put a little just for you or a thank you, but I actually don't know if it needs it. Let's have a look. Let's have a little go and see what we come up with. So I'm just going to grab some of my scrap pieces of cardstock here. I've just got some Whisper White. Got my lemon lime twist, and I think we'll go with thank you, because it's a little tiny sentiment. So I'm just going to, oops, line my block up, pop my stamp on, and then pop that on there. And then obviously I've got my classic label punch to just pop him out. And because he was a bit too far over for me to do that, I'm going to be a little bit crafty here and get as close to the edge as I can, making sure it's straight. That's also helpful. But I want to repunch this, but I want to do it the opposite way and make it a tad shorter. So just keeping it all in line. Oh dear, I'm wrecking the place. Just get rid of that little bit there. So I've actually now made an arrow instead, and then I just want a couple of mini dimensionals. Now you can always use some, in fact I might just do that. Just grab some, I always change my mind in the middle of doing stuff. It's a nightmare, isn't it? So just grab some lemon lime twist cardstock, punch a bit out, and then we need some snail on the back of here. I've still got these dimensionals stuck to my fingers, look. And I'm just going to pop that one there. And then I'm actually just going to cut that bit away, just so as I just have the end there. Just neaten that up. Okay, off scissors. And then I'm just going to pop a mini dimensional either end so that it will sit either side of the ribbon. Take the backing off, and then I'm going to pop them, well, you can either pop them at the bottom or over the top, I guess. I think the bottom would look nicer. There we go, just a very simple little stamp, and it just adds something a little different to a box or a little dinky table favour. Hope you've liked what I've done. All my products are available from the annual or the seasonal catalogues. Just click on the link below in the description. There will also be a link there for my blog, which will give you information on products that I've used, sizes, measurements, etc. I hope you all have a great day and hope to see you all again soon. Bye!